Good morning. Welcome to this auspicious day, the 184th commencement of Colby-Sawyer College. We have gathered to celebrate the accomplishments of the graduating class of 2022. Including all of our wonderful undergraduates, our graduate students who have earned a Master of Science in Nursing, and for the first time, a Master of Business Administration. To make commencement as enjoyable as possible, please silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. Thank you. Now, please rise if you are able and join Assistant Director of Resident Education Karen Romer Berthium in the singing of the National Anthem. When finished, please be seated.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Karen. Chair Hogarty, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, family and friends, and graduates, welcome to Colby-Sawyer's commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Graduates, this is your day, and we look forward to celebrating you and all of your accomplishments. This commencement ceremony and its rituals provide an opportunity to reflect on your journey to this point and to look forward to your next steps. Today, we celebrate Colby-Sawyer's history. We honor those whose service and leadership exemplify its values, and we anticipate the promise of your bright futures. Today, we will honor 3 individuals who've led extraordinary careers and lives. Robin Mead, 72, partner of the Mead JRR Corporation, and David Payne, retired president of the Connecticut Bank and Trust Company, and both longtime serving trustees at Colby-Sawyer College. And Sonia Davidow, 56, who has supported the college and so many other organizations through her generosity, her leadership, and her service. One of Colby-Sawyer's traditions is to ask the Jack Jensen Award recipient, the college's highest teaching honor, to offer the commencement address. This tradition exemplifies our core strength at Colby-Sawyer and the enormous and transformative power of relationships between our students, faculty, and staff. We look forward to hearing from Professor Kim France in a bit. As your president, however, this is my last chance to impart some words of wisdom as well. This year, we acknowledge several firsts at Colby-Sawyer. As was mentioned earlier, we welcome our first graduates from the Master of Business Administration program. Congratulations. And we celebrate you, our seniors, who are the first class to have the distinction of having to endure over half of your college education during a pandemic. You deserve our applause as well. Your class was forced to forgo so many things that those who have come before you have enjoyed. Athletic seasons, mountain days, gathering with multiple friends without masks, the peace of mind of not having to worry constantly about COVID, and all of the anxiety it brought with it the last 2 years. Your classes had to learn a new vocabulary, such as social distancing and Zoom, and some of you have taken mask wearing to a whole new level of fashion. You've grown adept at reading expressions from only the nose up. And yet, your class is also unlike those that have come before it in how you have persevered and stuck together through these challenging times. Your class has made a number of sacrifices to enjoy the things that cohorts before you have taken for granted in terms of the relationships and friendships that are a core of a Colby-Sawyer educational experience. I am so proud of all the ways you responded to the COVID crisis, beginning with remote learning and finding ways to be together on campus, albeit in different ways than you're used to under normal circumstances. I want to thank you for sticking together throughout it all and finding your way through these difficult times. As you graduate today into a complicated world, remember that you've learned not only what you need from Colby-Sawyer, but also from enduring a pandemic. Here in New London, we are graced by beauty every day, even on a brisk May day. There are some times during this pandemic when I have found strength in some aspect of this beautiful landscape, whether it be the profile of Mount Kearsarge on the edge of our campus, the beautiful sunrises and sunsets, the sound of snow crunching under boots, or the abundant stars. As you move forward from this special place, finding beauty on a daily basis may be more difficult. I implore you to not only look for beauty every day, but to see it and help others see it as well. There is a proliferation of information in our world that all too often is applied in more simplistic and inaccurate ways than ever. At Colby-Sawyer, you learned how to think critically, to reason, to see connections between disciplines, to question on what basis an argument was made, and through your capstone projects to imagine and develop your own contributions to knowledge. Albert Einstein said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." In a world that confronts us with information and data, often used to make arguments that support freighted points of view, we need you to add your voices to the conversation. We need you to question, to seek answers, to have the courage to speak up and share your perspectives and knowledge, just as you've done throughout your time here. Today, we send you off into a world that, quite frankly, is polarized. During your time at Colby-Sawyer, you've confronted differences. Think about how many times you realize that not everyone sees the world the way you do. Sometimes our instinct is to see those differences as threats, but resist that tendency. Malcolm Gladwell, author of many thought-provoking books, including Outliers, Blink, and The Tipping Point, said, "The key to good decision-making is not knowledge, it is understanding. We are swimming in the former, we are desperately lacking in the latter." At Colby-Sawyer, you gained considerable knowledge, and you've also practiced understanding. As you go forward, continue to respect each other's point of view, to seek to understand, to complement one another's various talents and backgrounds, and to illustrate to those around you that differences do not mean we have to distrust. Dr. Paula Johnson, president of Wellesley College, talks about the power of relationships at small colleges. Always err in favor of human connection. It's in relationships, in those connections, that magic happens. It's often where we find inspiration, where we connect most deeply with the best part of ourselves. Here at Colby-Sawyer, your education has been fostered through the power of relationships, the friends you've made, the faculty who have invested time and support in your success, the staff members who served as your job supervisor or friendly face in the dining hall. What I have come to learn during my time at Colby-Sawyer is that the relationships built here endure, and they serve as a great foundation upon which you can build and pursue your dreams. As you head off to new adventures, find strength in the relationships you have built here and draw upon one another as you face your new adventures and next challenges. Finally, each of you has had someone who supported you along the way: a parent, a family member, a best friend, a faculty mentor, a staff member. The fortunate among you had more than one champion who celebrated your successes and supported you through your challenges. Graduates, I invite you to recognize all of them now with a round of applause. Believe and trust in who you've grown to be and will continue to become. I know each of you is ready for what comes next. Congratulations. We now begin the awards portion of our ceremony. The college presents its highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service, to someone who best exemplifies the institution's first teacher and principal, Susan Colby, and her attributes of hard work, dedication, generosity, and influence in the field of education. This year we present the medal to two distinguished individuals: alumna and former vice chair of the Colby-Sawyer Board of Trustees, Robin Mead, and former member of the Board of Trustees, David B. Payne. Would Robin Mead please come forward? Robin, you earned an associate's degree from Colby Junior College in 1972 and a bachelor's degree in government from the College of William and Mary in 1975. Upon graduation, you worked as a professional golfer, both as a touring pro, as an assistant pro at a private country club. Later, you were a partner for the Mead JRRR Corporation in Endicott, New York, a privately held, family-owned company involved with property management, investing, and venture capital. You have been a devoted alumna and volunteer for the college. You served on the Board of Trustees from 1998 to 2007, and again from 2008 to 2018, serving as Vice Chair of the Board and Chair of the Advancement Committee. You served on the Presidential Search Committees in 2005-06, as well as in 2016. You have been a class agent and reunion chair, and you served on the Power of Infinity Campaign Steering Committee from 2015 to 2018, and the Trustee Campaign Planning Task Force from 2019 to 2021. You have made Colby-Sawyer a philanthropic priority, supporting initiatives that will have the greatest impact on students, and you were awarded the Colby-Sawyer Distinguished Alumni Award in 2018. You have made extensive contributions as a volunteer in the Binghamton, New York area. You received the Health Leadership Award from the United Health Services Foundation and the Women of Distinguished Award from the Girl Scouts of New York Penn Pathways, Inc. You are a former trustee of the Binghamton University Foundation, the United Health Services Foundation, and the Binghamton Philharmonic. In recognition of the exceptional contributions you have made to the college and beyond, you are this year's recipient of the college's highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. The medal recognizes the institution's gratitude for the remarkable way in which you exemplify its first leader's attributes, ensuring that her work, dedication, and influence will be remembered. For your achievements, we are proud to confer upon you, Robin Mead, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. Please join me in congratulating Robin Mead. Our next recipient is David B. Payne. David B. Payne, you served on the Colby-Sawyer College Board of Trustees from 2006 to 2015 and from 2016 to 2021, lending your financial expertise as a member of the Audit, Advancement, Finance, Campus Planning, Investment, and Executive Committees, as well as the Power of Infinity Campaign Steering Committee. In 2019, you and your wife, Beverly, were inducted into the college's Legend Society, which recognizes donors who've contributed $1 million or more to Colby-Sawyer. You made a significant impact by investing in capital projects, including the Windy Hill School and the David Howe Center for Art and Design, and faithfully supporting student scholarships and the Chargers Club. Through your careful planning, your generosity will benefit the college for years to come by virtue of a planned gift. You earned a bachelor's degree in economics from Dartmouth College in 1958 and worked for 30 years for the Connecticut Bank and Trust Company, including as the chief financial officer and then president, before becoming the chief financial officer of Bank of New England. You are the retired chair of the Trust Company of Connecticut, which you founded in 1991. You served as a director of several organizations in the greater Hartford area and on the boards of education and finance in Simsbury. You are a past president of the Hartford Society of Financial Analysts and past chair of the Connecticut Bankers Association. Locally, you are a past trustee of the Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust, and you currently serve on the New London Citizens Advisory Committee and the Kearsarge Area Council on Aging Board of Trustees. In recognition of the exceptional contributions you have made to the college and beyond, you are this year's recipient of the college's highest honor, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. The medal recognizes the institution's gratitude for the remarkable way in which you exemplify its first leader's attributes, ensuring that her work, dedication, and influence will be remembered. For your achievements, we are proud to confer upon you, Dave Payne, the Susan Colgate Cleveland Medal for Distinguished Service. Dave, would you please come forward? Arthur Levine, former president of Columbia University, described the purpose of honorary degrees as the last lesson a college can teach by showing examples of people who most represent the values the institution stands for. Today's recipient certainly exemplifies the values of Colby-Sawyer College. The honorary doctor recognizes an individual of humanitarian character and superior intellect whose life and work have brought about positive, far-reaching consequences for individuals and organizations. This year, the award is presented to alumna and trustee emerita, Sonia Carlson Davidow. Sonia, would you please come forward? Sonia Carlson Davidow, you graduated from the college in 1956 with an Associate of Arts degree. While here, you met your husband, Bill, who was attending Dartmouth College. You settled in Woodside, California, where you worked as a medical secretary at Stanford University, raised 2 daughters, and volunteered in the local community with the Town of Woodside Historical Committee, the Town Council, and many other organizations. Throughout that time, you remained connected to your alma mater. You served as an alumni trustee on the Colby-Sawyer Board of Trustees from 1989 to 1992. You were a member of the board organization, capital campaign, and enrollment committees, and you lent your leadership to the board during a pivotal period in the college's history. You are a collector of fine art whose love of the arts was inspired by your grandfather, an accomplished painter. You and Bill have shown extraordinary support for the arts at Colby-Sawyer. You were inducted into Colby-Sawyer's Legend Society in 2013 for lifetime contributions totaling more than $1 million. In 2021, you contributed an additional $10.2 million, the largest gift in the college's history, and you established the David Dow Challenge, providing matching gifts to endowed scholarship funds. You funded the Sonia C. David Dow 56 Endowed Chair of Fine Arts and the Sonia C. and William H. David Dow Endowed Chairs. Both the David Dow Center for Art and Design and the William H. and Sonia Carlson David Dow 56 Fine Art Gallery are named in your honor. This year, you are the recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. The honorary degree recognizes you as an individual of humanitarian character and superior intellect whose life and work have brought about positive, far-reaching consequences for individuals and organizations. It also recognizes the college's deep gratitude for the remarkable leadership and commitment you have offered through your dedication to Colby-Sawyer College. For your achievements throughout your lifetime, we are proud to confer upon you honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters. Please join me in congratulating Sonia David Dow. The Jack Jensen Award for Excellence in Teaching is the college's highest teaching award. Each year, the award honors a faculty member who communicates high expectations and encourages intellectual curiosity within and across disciplines, respects diverse talents and ways of learning by using variety of instruction, and engages students and inspires them to do their best work. Would School of Business and Social Sciences Assistant Professor Kimberly France please join me? Assistant Professor Kimberly France joined the School of Business and Social Sciences faculty in 2017 with more than 20 years of senior management experience. She holds a Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics from the University of New Hampshire and a Master of Science in Management from New England College. Her teaching interests include human resource management, labor relations, business law and ethics, marketing, and career readiness. Professor France challenges her students to approach their work heuristically and with curiosity. Through hands-on activities based on real-world scenarios, she actively engages students to help them gain a deeper understanding of course content. She helps them understand the practical applications of the concepts they are studying and consider how they can use that knowledge to make meaningful contributions in their workplaces and communities. One student nominator said that Kim teaches class in a way that is fun and promotes engagement. Another wrote, she makes learning fun and encourages you by pushing you to your limits. Professor France builds connections with students outside the classroom. She lives in a faculty apartment in a college residence hall, and she immerses herself in the campus community through various activities and events. Kim serves as a faculty mentor for the Colby-Sawyer equestrian team and the women's soccer team, and she is an advisor for the Bold Women's Leadership Network. Outside the college, Kim France is a private human resource management consultant for both businesses and nonprofit organizations. She is also the proud mother of 2 adult children. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipient of the Jack Jensen Award for Excellence in Teaching, Professor Kimberly France. According to Colby-Sawyer tradition, the recipient of the Jack Jensen Award delivers the commencement address, so I turn the lectern over to Professor Kim France.
All right. You know, they say that you lose inches as you age. If only it were horizontally and not vertically. Sorry, as students of squirrel moment, nonetheless. President Stubner, thank you. And of course, a warm welcome to our board, administration, faculty, employees, and of course, our graduates and guests. Thank you for this distinct honor to stand with all of you today in celebration of our graduates, the class of 2022 at Colby-Sawyer College. We are here to honor your extraordinary commitment to earning your college degree. And for some of you, you have earned both your undergraduate and your graduate degrees here at Colby-Sawyer, some in nursing. And last May, a dozen of you graduated from your respective majors, and today you are graduating with your master's in business administration. To the entire class of 2022, we are here to celebrate you. While it is true that you have earned this day of recognition, let us remember that you did not do this alone, and you were never alone. Your family, your friends, others have been here throughout your college journey. All of us at the college have been here with you. It is this collaborative learning environment and inclusive community of belonging which have brought us here today to celebrate your achievement. You are present among others who traveled this journey. You were not alone. You were present even during remote class sessions, when you didn't think your professor knew that you were playing Call of Duty, or binge watching The Office, dancing to the Black Eyed Peas, or viewing the Daytona 500. You were present, even for those early morning classes on a Monday when you were exhausted from spending your entire weekend writing that paper at the ABC House of Academics, or Gray House, which is now painted beige. How about those papers? You were present to make choices. Good? Some, not as much, and that's okay. Did I mention those papers? Or the sounds of race car engines, Michael Scott's voice, or I got a feeling in the background of class. And guess what? Your professors were present too. You were present and you were not alone. It might have seemed that way as you recall those long days of orientation, rich with team building and learning about policies, when your focus was, how the heck do I find my dorm room? You had those moments where you didn't know the answer to something in class and you were sure everybody else knew it. Right, that's why there was silence and that question became a written homework assignment. You were not alone. Oh, and by the way, that's also when you recognized that Rocket League and Wordle were not your top priorities. Maybe you experienced something particularly difficult, even indescribable, and equally unimaginable that somebody else could have experienced something similar. You were not alone in this community where belonging and learning took place well beyond the walls of a classroom or a lab. Your curiosity was piqued. Your interests were awakened. Perhaps you realized how much you enjoy learning about molecular genetics, Native American literature, three-dimensional ideation and sculpture, maple sugaring, or the Olympics. Or you got to know someone whom you had never met before, someone who was really different from you and amazing. You held a seat in student government. You tried dance or horseback riding for the first time. You joined Pride or Feed the Freezer. You co-captained a sports team. You tutored your peers. Or maybe you spent sleepless nights comforting your roommate or someone you didn't even really know that well. You explored, you connected, you made a difference. Your experience has excited you, frightened you, inspired you, frustrated you, and so much more. From your first days on campus, which felt like a crash course in Colby-Sawyer culture, where you figured out that there are places called the Pit and the Quad. Who knew that hope was a place? Not just a reach for inspiration. There was a little perspiration to finally realizing Burpee Beach has no lakefront or sand, yet it is rich with creativity, fun, community spirit, and a sense of belonging. Belonging. We humans innately desire connections with others, belonging. Researcher, professor, and author Brené Brown shares that true belonging requires more than simply presence or just showing up. True belonging requires us to be present as our authentic selves, imperfections and all. This means being part of something that is real and genuine, something that is not only about our own self-interest and needs, but also that of others. Authentic, not fake, no hollow platitudes, no disingenuous promises. Real. Perhaps more simply stated, walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. Belonging isn't the same as fitting in or pretending to be someone you're not. Many of you likely have heard something along the lines of, "You're so good at taking care of people, you should be a counselor. You're a numbers person, be an accountant." So, who are you? What do you want to do? And where do you want to belong? Be true to yourself. Be real. If you're not fond of bodily fluids and patient care, then maybe nursing might not be for you. And you could still pursue a healthcare career in a different area. Maybe you're more interested in advocacy work for social justice, environmental sustainability, or wildlife protection. Or you want to be an educator. But if you don't really enjoy 5-year-olds and their nose-picking, grubby little fingers, then you might not want to be a kindergarten teacher, even though someone said you should be one. Being our authentic self is challenging. Human behavior is fascinating, and it is complicated. People are wonderful, and they can be difficult. Humans, we are not flawless. Wasn't it tempting to join the gossip about the couple who recently broke up? Or assume why the person in front of you at the checkout couldn't pay the bill? How about that professor who tanked your grade? We have this inherent desire to connect, yet we share things that are not for us to share. We make judgments about others without facts, and we assign blame for things that we should own ourselves. Humans crave interconnectedness, yet we are facing unprecedented times of polarization, uncivil discourse, and blatant disregard of moral compasses. People can be wonderful, and they can be difficult. Sometimes we misspeak, we misbehave, we miss the mark. We are genuinely imperfect. So, what can you do to foster human spirit, rich with true belonging that is intricately woven with respect, tolerance, and dignity? Bring your authentic self to the forefront to influence the change you want to belong to. Belong. Don't just fit in. Show up in a real way. This means that sometimes you will need to stand alone when speaking up, making unpopular decisions, challenging the status quo. Actively listen to constructive feedback, even when sometimes it might hurt. Remember, you, like all of us, are not flawless, and you will not be alone if you choose to belong. Be the change you want to belong to. Break down barriers of unconscious bias, steadfast ideologies, and divisive cynicism. Challenge those long-held beliefs and ideas that may not be suitable in today's world anymore. Question others and question yourselves. Revisit what defines your life and shapes your trajectory so you can be present without compromising your authenticity. Belong. Don't just fit in. Be your authentic self. Explore, connect, make a difference, and keep it real. To the class of 2022, congratulations and all the best as you continue your journey.
The David H. Winton Baccalaureate Award is presented to the baccalaureate degree candidate who ranks highest in scholarship among those in the graduating class. This year, 2 students will receive the Winton Award. Would Kayla Frazier please join me? Nursing major Kaylee Frazier from Lee, New Hampshire, graduates with an outstanding academic record in addition to professional accomplishments at her clinical site, Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center, where she earned a competitive preceptorship placement in the intensive care nursery. Kayla's position in the ICN required exceptional clinical skill and careful attention to the ethical, psychosocial, and cultural needs of her patients. Kayla completed an internship in the summer of 2021 as a licensed nursing assistant in the Surgical Trauma Intensive Care Unit at Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center. She was also a member of the capstone team whose project, Assessment of SMART Goal Knowledge in the Employees of the Lake Sunapee Region Visiting Nurse Association, won the capstone prize in nursing. A member of the Student Nurses Association and Alpha Chi Honor Society, Kayla established a reputation for being a thoughtful student who balances advocacy and moral agency, science and art in the provision of person-centered care. After graduation, Kayla will be employed as a registered nurse in the ICN at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Please join me in congratulating a top scholar in the class of 2022 and recipient of the David H. Winton Baccalaureate Award, Kayla Frazier. Would Hannah Elizabeth Tiffany please join me? Hannah Elizabeth Tiffany, a child development major with a minor in education from Enosburg Falls, Vermont, has distinguished herself as an exceptional scholar and community member. Hannah's impressive academic performance earned her the Baccalaureate Award in Child Development, as well as a place in the Alpha Chi National College Honor Society. Outside the classroom, she was a member of the Adopt a Grandparent Club. Hannah completed her internship in a second-grade classroom at Kearsarge Regional Elementary School in New London. Her capstone project, Adverse Childhood Experiences, Impact on Post-Traumatic Growth in College Students, explored the impact of early trauma on young adults in a higher education setting and was awarded the Capstone Prize in Child Development. After graduation, Hannah will attend the Upper Valley Educators Institute to earn her teaching certificate before seeking employment as an elementary school teacher. Please join me in congratulating a top scholar in the class of 2022 and recipient of the David H. Winton Baccalaureate Award, Hannah Elizabeth Tiffany.
The Colby-Sawyer Award is given to the graduate who, in the opinion of the faculty, best exemplifies the ideals of the college in personal dignity, intellectual growth, contribution to campus life, and constructive influence on other students. Would Troy Kappas please come forward? Troy Kappas, an athletic training major from Peabody, Massachusetts, distinguished himself as a student with intellectual curiosity, leadership skills both inside and outside the classroom, and a commitment to his own personal and professional growth. As a student, Troy actively pursued experiences that would challenge him and test his knowledge. He is a reflective listener who gave freely of his time and expertise in the clinical setting. He served as a lab monitor, teaching assistant, and resource to his fellow students. He is graduating with almost twice the clinical hours required for his program. In addition to his scholarship and leadership in the classroom, Troy was a 2-year member of the men's track and field team, and he played men's club rugby, serving as captain during his senior year. He was also a member of the Presidential Blue Key Society and the Exercise and Sports Sciences Club, and he served as the vice president of the Athletic Training Club. Please join me in congratulating this year's Colby-Sawyer Award recipient, Troy Kappas. Each year, the seniors, faculty, and staff nominate someone from the graduating class to offer remarks and remembrances. This year, Nina Hills was chosen as the senior commencement speaker. Nina Hills, a biology major with pre-medical and pre-veterinary tracks, came to Colby-Sawyer from her home in Jacksonville, Florida, and looked for opportunities to make positive contributions to the college community. She quickly established herself as a campus leader. Nina has been involved in a wide array of activities, including the Women's Track and Field Team, the African Student Association, the Navigators and Crew Christian Clubs, Student Government Association, Colby-Sawyer Players, and Improv Anonymous. When she was a sophomore, Nina's classmates selected her as the recipient of the Ann Gulick Award presented to the sophomore student who best exemplifies through voluntary service the qualities of reliability, loyalty, and unselfishness. As a student leader, Nina served on Community Council and the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Task Force. She was an orientation leader, a peer mentor with student success and retention, a mentor for the Scholars Summer Program, and a resident assistant. She was also a co-chair of the Presidential Blue Key Society. This spring, Nina was selected by members of the junior class as the graduate award winner in recognition of her character and positive influence on campus. Please welcome Nina as she delivers her address entitled Unfinished Stories.
Thank you, Dean Davis. Being in the moment, growth mindset, limitless potential, and home is where you make it. These are the words and phrases that come to mind when I reflect over my 4 years here at Colby-Sawyer College, a place where I've grown in more ways than I could have fathomed. I wanted to create the perfect speech, illustrating the journey of the last 4 years in such a way that everyone felt represented. I wish I could soothe you with a blanket of security and anticipation for the years to come, but I'm not clever enough to portray a peaceful illusion of the future. Neither am I witty or funny enough to erupt laughter from my peers and instructors, so I'll just do what I can. Welcome, class of 2022, and congratulations. You've officially navigated another set of 4 unpredictable years. You've grown as a person, tested your abilities, made connections, and hopefully a few lifelong bonds. But above all else, I hope you've grown closer to who you truly are. I used to believe that once I became an adult, I would have it all figured out. I would know the right choices to make, have self-confidence out of this world, and all aspects of my life would be perfectly aligned. That is until I received the reality check that you don't wake up perfect one day. So, instead, I understand that as an adult, you never stop learning, growing, and cultivating each and every aspect of your life, which brings me back to the key words and phrases mentioned prior. The scariest and by far most reflective portion of my time here has been during this year. I was afraid of letting go, losing people, my next steps, not having all the right answers, time moving far too quickly. In fact, the more I thought about these things, the more I looked at graduation as a thing to fear instead of anticipate, which I am happy to say is not a popular opinion held by this class. I held on to each day as if it was a last-ditch effort to maintain some form of normalcy. My mind was changed through a shift in perspective. I was encouraged to think of my life as a novel under construction. Instead of each ending of each chapter bringing about a new beginning, it simply continues a story. In fact, the best part about our novels is that you're not the only author. Despite our differences in beliefs, I believe we can all agree that life is fairly unpredictable, allotting you with only oh so much control. How you handle these moments of control lost is what makes your story. As we well know, life has a way of editing some pages in our books without permission. But as any great writer, you take these changes and you run with them, producing a more robust storyline. Or think of yourself as an artist whose work of art is just shy of being finished. Whether you were missing the last colors on your canvas, the right material for your sculpture, or the proper setting for your images, the obstacles are specifically tailored to you. Imagine finding beauty in the seemingly accidental stray marks on a canvas, leading to a masterpiece. Using marble instead of wood for your sculpture, or adjusting the angles to offset the background of your image. In each situation, life edits the chapter, but the artist finds a creative resolution. Shifting your perspective to a scientific approach, be the catalyst to your chemical reaction rather than the inhibitor, setting the reaction into motion rather than hindering yourself because of a sudden change. In layman's terms, with each edit, whether wanted or unwanted, the chapters you write depend solely on your mindset. To rewrite this chapter in my book, I had to accept and understand that moving forward is a necessary part of life. Though this chapter is coming to an end, I am glad to say there are additional main characters who I may not see in every chapter, but I am hopeful will make guest appearances throughout this novel. I stand before you, the epitome of imperfection, acknowledging who I am. I am a proud African-American woman who doesn't have all the answers. But I find solace in my anticipation for the future, in my faith as a Christian, knowing that above all else, the same God who's carried me this far will continue to fulfill his plan, if only I believe and trust and do what I do best, persevere. This class is full of researchers, doctors, entrepreneurs, activists, historians, teachers. The list is endless. But above all else, we're all fighters. Those who see adversity and may get knocked down, but the strength manifested from that conflict changes our society. To those of you who, like me, don't have all the answers, and to those who are uncertain or afraid, please allow me to say that I believe in you. You are exactly what we need. You need only to let your dynamic story unfold. Do not limit yourself. To quote the incredible woman I get to call my mother, prove them wrong. Take the words "you can't" and turn them into "I did." To those who have a direct path and security for the future, never lose that ambition and drive. However, don't forget to remain humble in your journey. To quote the infamous words of my wonderful father, go out and make it happen. To my classmates, professors, faculty, staff, and Colby-Sawyer family members, thank you for the good and bad moments. They all help me grow. It has truly been a pleasure to flourish and learn with you all. Here's to the ending of this chapter. Now, class of 2022, go out and set a spark in the world little by little each day until you become the colossal flame that we didn't know we needed. Into the unknown we go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nita, for offering your reflections today. We truly wish you the best of luck. And now the time has come for the most anticipated part of our ceremony, the conferring of degrees. Will all members of the class of 2022 please stand?
We will award degrees individually, alphabetically by major, first master's degrees, then baccalaureate degrees, then associate degrees. President Stubner and Chair of the Board of Trustees Lisa M. Hogarty, class of '81, will confer the degrees. President Stubner, these students are candidates for the degrees of Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associate of Arts, and Associates of Science.
By the authority granted me by the legislature of the state of New Hampshire, and by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Colby-Sawyer College, I hereby confer the appropriate degrees upon those who have met the requirements for graduation. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Master of Science in Nursing, Stephanie Nicole Bonewald. For those of you who don't know, that was Stephanie's mom. And she made me cry. Thanks, Karen. Master of Business Administration, Jenna Grace Bissett. Andrew Bronig. Cameron Michael Brooks. Michael Thomas Callum. William Bryce Carlson. Madeline Patricia Dalton. Justin Gordon. Madison Lillian Lambert. Julia Dorothy Langto. Chelsea Ann Perry. Michael Richard Queen. Matthew Russell. Bachelor of Arts, Studio Art, Chloe A. Bemis. Communication Studies, Amira Joseph Eid. Haley Alexis Kingman. Devin Reed Nelson. Avi Weiner. Creative Writing and Literature, Bailey E. Ellis. Jesse Mashenko. Cole LaRoche Thomas. Crime and Legal Studies, Alyssa H. Bergeron. Danielle Elizabeth Godwin. Alexandria A. Parizo. Graphic Design, Alex Kusnarovith. History and Political Studies, Colleen Ann Harrington. Andrew Carrillo Londergan. Cooper Maxfield Gunn. Ethan Robert Hood. Eric Miller. Simariah Marie Severance Camp. Connor James Gabriel Woods. Psychology, Lucas Charles Boach. Margot R. Dapril. Mackenzie Alice Decato. Valerie R. Dion. Juliana Fagan. Asia Rose Flannery. Bethany Renee Hebert. Aubrey Miranda Messenger. Haley Ann Searles. Catherine Eileen Stearns. Rebecca Ann Thomas. Alyssa Wiles. Jessica Wilson. Jill Wood. Annalise Zira. Self-design major, Hunter Fitzsimmons. Katie Lynn Matthew. Morgan Emily Seebeck. Sociology, Kerrigan May Stone. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Studio Art, Zoe Caroline Paris. Graphic Design, Dylan Carlson. Maxwell Walsh Irwin. Kennedy Alexis Moore. Bachelor of Science, Athletic Training, Ashley Bosworth. Troy M. Kappas. Noah Emerson Smith. Sophia Quinn Zaragoza. Biology, Cameron Frost Bergeron. Alex Karp. Kelly Renee Cunningham. Lauren Shea Davis. Tiffany Hall. Nina Hills. Ashley Rose Humphreys. Sabrina Lynn Johnson. Keegan Taylor King. Samantha Paige Mohammed. Frederick Jacob Nickel. Jordan Paler. Taya Louise Simmons. Kane Skibby. Evan St. Pierre. Michaela Whaley. Business Administration, Nicholas Salvatore Adornetto. Sarah Belanger. Another mom. Jack Cahill. Cameron River Carey. Tavish Clark. Molly J. Clough. Kara Fortier. Giovanni Lazari. Amelia J. Parizo. Ashley Michelle Reed. Haley Jocelyn Scherer. Kaylin James Torr. Child Development, Sophia Alexandra Barton. Madison Elizabeth Chase. Hannah Elizabeth Tiffany. Child Development Education Prep, Julia Carr. Faith Elizabeth Larpenter. Environmental Science, Renee Balduke. Kaylin Close. Jackson Parmentier. Jacob Walker. Environmental Studies, Caitlin Bergeron. Teresa Page. Exercise science, Sophia Ray DeMarco. Charlie Graffius. Laura Ann Guthrie. Raymond Joseph Charles Humphreys. Malik Newcomb. Felicia Vosien. Zachary Whitestone. Nursing, Jacqueline Andrews. Lauren Nicole Berry. Brianna Marion Capello. Bryce Colton Capunitan. Rachel Marie Ferrier. Megan Lee Flynn. Kayla Nicole Frazier. Savannah Frotton. Emily Rose Gagne. Mason Vincent Galbato. Aaron Porter Gately. Juliet Hillia Henderson. Olivia Hoos. Brenna Tatiana Hopkins. Ashley Aaron Hoyt. Shannon Elizabeth Huff. Kaylee Rose Hyder. Tracy Lynn Jones. Shelby R. Cantor. Emily A. Mayotte. Spencer Jones McClary. Rachel Emma Murren. Marissa Nicole Nance. Lydia Rose Natras. Maxwell Richard Nowak. Whitney E. O'Brien. Sarah Rose Osborne. Isabella Rosalina Paul. Molly Elizabeth Pelletier. Olivia Ann Rosado. Ekaterina Alexis Sakella. Smriti Sharma Sapkota. Jessica Rose Shatford. Caroline Jean Tompkins. Madison Rose Verano. Christian P. Viljanin. Public Health. Kelsey Marie Brown. Christine Patricia Cofield. Erica Michelle Conrad. Madeline Alderman Craig. Sport Management, Anna Renee Allen. Timothy Raymond Driscoll. William Alexander Habig. Julius David Lohman. Jonathan Martinez. Cameron Neal. Mitchell Paquette. DeAndre Smith. Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, Ashton Burbank. Devin Shankman. Associate in Science, Health Science, Jennifer Ann Chase. Andrew M. Corville. Sierra Gonzalez. Crystal B. Martin. Is that Devin? Samuel W. Thornton. Devin Shankman.
Will the graduates please stand? Will the audience please join me in congratulating the class of 2022? Graduates, if you've not already done so, you may move your tassels from right to left as a symbol of your graduation. We wish you well as you go forth, and we hope your careers and personal lives bring you happiness and great satisfaction. You will always be part of the Colby-Sawyer family wherever you go, and we hope you will return often to your home here in New London. Congratulations to each and every one of you. In order to continue the festivities and congratulations, we will recess out of the tent. Your trustees, faculty, and staff will create an honor corridor through which you graduates, our newest Colby-Sawyer alumni, will walk and receive our congratulations. Everyone is welcome to gather for light refreshments on Burpee Beach. Congratulations to the class of 2022.